Hello guys, today I'm going to do another tutorial about the domain-driven design and Inversify. So today is the domain-driven design, Inversify and React. So this one is a very cool tutorial. The first, actually it would be multiple series, but the first one that I do is quite dumb. Okay, I'm not doing something useful. But in a second tutorial that I'm doing something like, I will do something like this. I will do switch between API version and API version 2. Okay, for example, API version 1 and API version 2. That one is something that it is where domain-driven design, these kind of things, it will shine. Okay, and for example, something like normal Redux work, because for example, something like Redux also is for decoupling. Something like, for example, dependency injection, and for example, all this nonsense that I'm talking for you guys also, for example, is for decoupling. But some of the things, both of them, they have their application. Something Redux and both the, for example, dependency injection, both they have their application. Okay, but Redux is not the solution to everything. So in the next example, I show you how you can easily you can do some cool stuff in a domain-driven design way in a front end. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, let's go to the tutorial. So I already have wrote a blog, so I haven't published it. Even I believe that by the time that this one is finished, the title also would be different because I want to do the SEO optimization nonsense. But basically, what I do is that I follow a step by step all the things that I wrote in this blog. Okay, so you guys also can follow along. Okay, so let's go to it. So in the first one, okay, so I'm creating a React app. Okay, so the name is inversify-react app, and the template also is TypeScript because we want to do domain-driven design way, right? So in a domain-driven design way, you need to have types. Okay, so basic JavaScript, yeah, something like dependency injection, those kind of things doesn't make that much of sense, right? So finally, he finished all the installation and those kind of things. To be honest, it took forever, but he is finally done. So the next thing that it is that what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna fix the blog. Sorry. So okay, so I'm going to the guy. Sorry, my application. So I'm going to open the VS Code. So this one it was wrong in the blog. My apologies. Okay. So next thing that it is that I'm gonna install the dependencies for the Inversify. So okay, so you need the Inversify, you need the Reflect metadata, and inversify-react. Okay. So let's regarding the inversify-react. This one actually is a hook. Okay. So let's go check it out. Actually, these guys, they are decent. They have a lot of download, man. So they have $13,000. So the approach that I'm showing you today, it is nonsense. A lot of people they're using it, and this thing is well impact. It is so they develop the hooks, those kind of thing. So what you do is that, for example, you use the context and those kind of things. So you do a provider, so you can pass a dependency injection everywhere. So and this is the thing that I like about these guys. Okay, so this one is very cool because when you do a stuff like that, what's happened to you is that in reality, in my opinion, okay, using Inversify on the React side, because we have all these hooks, these kind of things, it is much straightforward, it means that compared to even, for example, when you do it with the Express. Okay, in Express also they have their own things, so there are multiple approaches, but for the React side, okay, definitely, in my opinion, Inversify React is the way to go. Okay. So never mind. So okay, so I already installed the dependency. So you guys at least know that what is so Inversify is the Inversify that we use even in the backend. Okay, so nothing. Reflect metadata is for the telling them to resolve the, for example, all these types, those kind of thing. Inversify React. This one is for the hook and context and those kind of things. Okay, so this one all is straightforward. So again, also you guys know the delay, right? So what you do, you have to adjust your ts config. So you go to the ts config under the compiler option. We have to add these two, and don't forget the semicolon. And okay, so we did this. Okay, so the next thing that it is that we have to provide the thing. Okay, so if you see the previous tutorials, I'm a I'm crazy about the DDD, those kind of things. So let's do the direct. So okay, you need a core. Why I did the file? So we need a folder. Okay, we need a core. Yeah. Why? Oh, wait a second. My apologies. So folder core. After that, we need another four services. Okay, so core services. So core is a place that all, again, if you see the previous tutorials, is a place that all the what do you call it, all the interfaces, all the, for example, DTOs, everything go to the core. Okay, in the future. Okay, services is a place that all your, for example, implementation go there. Okay, so okay, we go there. After that, the first we will create the first interface. Okay, so the name of the interface is iFood service. Okay, so this is a dummy service. Okay, it doesn't do anything useful, to be honest with you. So what he does is that he just get a foo message. Okay, so it's something stupid. Okay, never mind. Okay, so after the iFoo service, okay, we already implemented the core, right? So the next thing that it is that we have to implement the services. I will show you in a while how the things is structured. I mean that I will. So if you see my previous tutorials, okay, I always show these things. Okay, so I first of all, so what I do is that this iFoo service that I'm mentioning, okay, it is in the core. Okay, so the next thing that I have to do is that I have to be dependent on the core and I have to create the implementation for it. Okay, so next time I do a tutorial, always this photo I keep it in front because every time I forget that to show. So, but never mind. Let's do the rest. So this one is already created. Okay, so it means that now under the service, I have to create the full service. So this one is a full service. Okay. And this one is in the implementation. Okay, so he doesn't do anything fancy. But the thing that it is important in here is this. Okay, so first, okay, you need the injectable from the Inversify. If you don't put this injectable, just now before I do the tutorial, I was doing this mistake. Okay, if you go to the console and, for example, in the browser when you are running the thing, you go to the console, you see that the thing is screaming and nothing is working. Okay, so you need to tell the Inversify that okay, he resolved this dependency. Okay, so it means that okay. So what is this? How we construct this? How we construct this service? Okay, we say that FooService is a type of iFooService. Okay, you understand? So FooService is the dependency of the iFooService. Okay, and after that we say that okay. So in the get foo message, okay, we just tell that okay, return hello from the foo message, foo service. Okay, so it's something dumb, right? So we are not doing anything. Okay, so okay, I reiterate. So how what we did? Okay, so first we go to the core. Okay, so in the core we created this iFoo service. Okay, and after that we come to the services and we created this foo service. Okay, which is dependent to the core. Okay, so this foo service is dependent to the core. Okay, so something very simple, right? So this is exactly the way that we do these things in the backend, right? So okay, so we already did all this. Okay, so the next part that we are going to do is that we are going to go again. My stuff is messed up. Sorry. By the time that my blog come, I will do it more properly. Okay, normally everyone I literally debugging the thing in my blog rather than inside the VS Code. So okay, so what we do is that okay, we need to create the Inversify config. Okay, so we have to tell the Inversify how to resolve these dependencies. Okay, so I'm putting it in the source. Okay, it means that I put it in a main directory. Okay, so and after that over there, what you do is that you tell the Inversify that okay, I need a container. Okay, I need the reflect metadata so he can resolve the, for example, all the types and those kind of things. Okay, you get the iFoo service. Okay, iFoo service. This one I don't like the order. Okay, so if I do, because this one is more understandable. Okay, first I get the iFoo service. Okay, so iFoo service it comes from where? It comes from core. Okay, core is where is here. Okay, normally these things. So this one is a stupid tutorial, so I'm not doing it very properly. But if, for example, if it was a real project, this one it was a library for itself. So normally I use an npm link, those kind of things. Okay, So I'm doing a tutorial also on NX. Okay, you guys tell me know that you guys happy with NX, or you think if you don't like the NX, I don't continue with the NX. Okay. But for example, normally in the real life, I'm using the npm link, those kind of things, and after that, I make them the real package. But never mind, that doesn't matter. Okay. So what is happening here is that, okay, so this one is a dummy tutorial. So just we get the data from the core. Okay. But if for example it was a real life, normally you get this one from a package that you create. Okay, that it is shared among multiple people. Okay, and this package is a package that you are, if for example this would be the package that if you for example update, okay, and if you have a breaking change in this one, everything's supposed to be redone. Okay, it means that every guy that it is dependent to this one supposed to be redone, because this one is the most inner dependency. And after that, services, normally services also I will make it another package, but this one is a dummy tutorial. Again, I'm not doing it in here. If you want, also let me know in the comments. I will do more proper one. So what? Okay, so what you do is that in the FooService, you just put the FooService over there. Okay. So okay, you have to create a container. Okay. So this one also, last time also I always show you guys, right? As I always say, okay. So the dependency injection is like a plate of sushis. Okay, so you need a plate to put the sushis on top, right? So this container that I'm talking about here is the plate. Okay, so what was the sushi? The sushi was these things. Okay, so in reality the FooService is the actual sushi. Okay, and iFooService is sushi. Okay, so you can have, for example, okay, you can have sushi, you can have wasabi, you can have whatever you want. Okay, you can have, for example, bowl of rice. Okay, so in a restaurant you can have anything, lots of things, right? You can have sandwich or whatsoever, right? So, but the thing that, okay, different type of sushi, I would say, is a better example. Okay, so for example, you can have different type of sushi, right? So you can have seaweed type, you can have, for example, the ones that it is only a rice with, for example, salmon or something like that. So the type of the sushi that now, for example, you do is the seaweed type. Okay, so this one is the type of the sushi. This one is a sushi, but in here, for example, you see the sushi. So this one is a container. Okay, so I don't know if this one makes sense or not, but normally this is the way that I teach it, and nobody so far complain about it. Okay, so in here, so we say that anytime somebody asks for a food iFood service, give me the food service. Anytime, okay, somebody asks for food, okay, give him the food service. In reality, in Inversify is a bit stupid. If you even did this one, also it will work. Actually, that one in the container side, when they do the binding, okay, is, yeah, as when you do stuff like this, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so okay, if you go to the original example of the, for example, Inversify, they do, for example, the type thing, those kind of things. And this one is a simple tutorial. I have no to do with, guys. Sorry. So okay, so the thing that it is that this one is not a proper way to do these things, but still I'm doing it anyway. So for my forgiveness. So at the end, also, we just do the container export, so nothing fancy, right? So okay, so we did this. So let's go to the next one. So we do the homepage. So okay, let's we do the components. Okay. Now, okay. So inside the components, let's create the homepage. So this one is a homepage, and inside the homepage, we just copy paste. So okay, inside the homepage, what we do is that first we importing React. So this one is very obvious. The second thing that we do is that we do the inversify-react. Okay, so this one is a package. Just now I was telling a lot of good thing about them, right? If you go to the inversify, the one that I told you that they have a lots of downloads. Okay, so actually this one is a hook. Okay, so they have a use injection, for example, use container, use all injector, all they have multiple hooks. So based on that one, you can access to different kind of things. Okay, so the ones that we are using today is a use injection. Okay, so it means that with the use injection, for example, you can just tell him that I want the use injection in here. This one is not optional anymore. If you don't pass the service itself, okay, you will die. But I will reach to that place also. Let me. Okay. So in here, what I do is that I will get the inversify-react. So I get the user injection. Okay. After I get the user injection would be here. Okay. use injection would be here. Okay, so this is a place that I'm using it for getting it from the container. Okay, and after that I get the FooService. The FooService, this one is an interface. Okay, so this one is an abstract class. Okay, so I'm getting it, and after that I'm constructing my home. Okay, so this one is the main thing of the thing. Okay, this is that he said that, okay, use inject. So this is a hook. He will go to the context. Okay, so later I'm gonna show it in the code. Okay, so we put a decorator around the app. Okay, so he go to the he get the from the context, he get the container. Okay, and when he get the container, what he does is that he looks for the foo using the container. He go for the dependency that's supposed to pass for the foo. Okay, so and he say that, okay, so the foo would be the type of iFooService. Okay, and he passed the FooService to you. Okay, so simple, right? I hope that it sounds simple. If it's not simple, you let me know in the comments. I will try to verify for it. Okay. So it's very simple. And after that, in the div, we just ask for the message that we do this thing. Okay. So why this one is beautiful? Okay. So this is actually, in my opinion, this is very beautiful. Okay. Why this one is beautiful? Because we already decoupling the dependencies already. Okay. What I mean by decoupling the dependencies, you don't see any FooService here. Okay, so in reality, if for example I go there and for example I create another FooService, okay, which I will do in the next tutorial. Okay, for example, I will do a API version 1 and API version 2. That one is a very good case scenario for something like this. Okay, so it means that switching between two API versions. So what it will happen is that in reality you don't know that, for example, if it was this one, it was an IAPI, for example, version 1, or API version, for example, it was API version 1 or API version 2, it means that it was a FooService version 1 or version 2, you wouldn't know. Okay, so you just in the configuration file you would set it. Okay, so in reality you are not anymore dependent to the FooService, and this is a beauty of the dependency injection and dependency injection, and what to say, that domain driven design, those kind of things, the garbage shit that I'm teaching you guys. Okay, so yeah, so this is the reason, and this is the reason that everybody, they say that, okay, dependency injection is unnecessary, those kind of things, they are wrong. Okay, so they have their application, especially if you want to do something nasty, they have their application. And yeah, so this is there. Okay, so never mind. Anyway, so after you do this, the next thing that it is that where we were. Okay, so we just do the thing. Okay, so all this, okay, everything is decoupled. It means that it is like exactly a bunch of sushis, but they are not connected together. Let me where I put the sushis. They are a bunch of the sushis, but they are not connected together. We need to somehow connect them. It means that we need to somehow wire them together. Let me actually wire. You see, it is like, for example, now just for created it, we create a block of, for example, what they call it, this one, they call it, for example, switches. Okay, but we have to somehow wire it together. Okay, so how we wire it together? Okay, we do this thing, okay, inside the app inversify config.js. I explained this one or didn't? So yeah, I think, yeah, I think I explained this one already. Yeah, I already explained this. Okay. So we already did this. Okay, so I think we are done. Are we? Yeah, we haven't done. Okay, so we have to go to the app. Okay, so we go to the app to call our homepage. So we haven't done yet. Okay, so it here is a place that we call the thing. Okay, so this one is our app, and inside the app, what we do is that we just wire the things together. Okay, so how we wire the things together? Okay, this one is a place that the magic happen. Okay, but before we go to that one, we say how it happen. Okay, so first is the React. Okay, so after that, we from the Inversify React, we get the provider. Okay, this provider is the one that this one is in reality is a I think in React they call it context. I'm sorry, I'm not a very React guy. I'm not very, how to say that, not very deep to the React, this kind of thing. But I believe they call it context or something. So this one, in reality, what they do is in this Inversify React, okay, they just do the hook. Okay, exactly like, for example, your Redux, right? So they create a provider. Okay, so this provider, and after that, everyone can access to this provider. Okay, and get access to the container. Okay, so this is very beautiful. It means that in one location only the container is passed. Nobody access to the container directly. This is something very beautiful. Okay, So let me explain what I mean. It means that, for example, in here, okay, you cannot for example, wait a second, where is the home page? Okay, for example, in here, okay, you are not accessing to the container. Okay, you are not accessing to the container to get the foo. Okay, you are using use inject. So use inject is a function. It could be connected to anything. Okay, and this is beautiful because if you pass the container, so this is some of the anti patterns that I will do that I now I saw. No, I didn't do myself, but I saw that somebody did in the past that he. Okay, I just tell you like this. Okay, if you pass the container, it means that you pass the container directly to this thing. Okay, okay. This one is an anti-pattern. Okay. In reality, the React Redux tool that these guys they do, okay, is an anti-pattern. That one is a God object already. React Redux toolkit. Okay, in the React Redux toolkit, I hope I can find it or not, but it is started. I don't know they have it or not. They have something root or something, if not mistaken. If the TypeScript, do they have it? TypeScript root, do they have it? Yeah, you see this root state that they pass it all over the place. Okay, this one is definitely an anti-pattern. Okay, this one is definitely an anti-pattern. Okay, the reason that it is anti-pattern, you are creating a God object. It means that I'm extremely against that thing. Okay, I'm extremely against that thing in React Redux toolkit. The reason that I'm extremely against that thing is that because you cannot to separate the code anymore after that you do that. Okay, and this is the reason that, for example, this is the reason that, for example, this container is a fronting here. So we are not passing the container, we are just passing the function. Okay. And when you are passing the function only, so yeah, so you are not doing something anti-pattern or something like that. And for example, doing some God object, you are not creating God object. If you later, you guys go watch the other videos that I did. The God object is I discussed God object in the previous tutorials in very depth. So, but never mind. Let's go to the where I was. Okay, so I was here. Okay, so I'm getting the container in here, and after that I'm getting the container, and after that from the container is a inversify. So this one is inversify, like the one that we did in the backend. Okay, so nothing fancy about it. And I'm getting the home page. Okay, so this one is the home page, and inside the app also this one is simple, right? So the only in the app, the only thing that it is that we wrap the home page around we wrap the homepage. We wrap the provider around the homepage. Sorry, my English is not my native language. Okay, so we wrap the provider around the homepage. So we did it. Okay, so we did it. So let's see, does it work or not? Please don't fail me in front of them. That would be fun, man. Work. Let's see. An eternity later, it hangs. Am I out of memory again? Yeah, no, I'm not out of memory, so it works. Okay. Sorry, my computer is junky, but it works. Okay. So yeah, so let's do the transition. So okay, so this one, it was the first part of the tutorial. The second tutorial I do is that I will do the same drill, okay, but I will do some fancy thing. So I will create for example, foo version 1 and foo version 2. After that, I will switch between the foo version 1 and version 2. So this one is something like it show you that how the dependency injection and all these things that I'm talking, all this nonsense that I'm talking for you guys will chat. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any question, please let me know. I'm on Upwork. If you need a freelancer on your next project, please hire me. I'm working for food. I'm coding for food, and I have a lot of affiliation also. You help me to don't die of hunger. And thank you. See you in the next tutorial.